Hey, Steve Zonardo here with Real Estate on Record with Mike Gaddy. We're with Stefano. We're actually in Blue Mountain. We're doing a brainstorm weekend, and Stefano's going to do some fun stuff with us now.
Yeah, so
Lighten up the mood.
Let's get it. Let's get it onto something that people tend to be doing. They're living off the grid. So
Yeah.
let's talk about living off the grid.
Nice.
Okay, compared to the tiny homes that apparently Elon Musk is starting to make trendy.
Tiny homes? Yeah.
You know those little
Yeah.
cookie cutter homes.
Yeah, they're
but they're
cool.
really small, like
Yeah.
$20,000.
The container homes?
Yeah.
Well, that's more living off the grid, because you can put a container in the middle of nowhere. Oh, so I mean, you can build a hut, but I'm talking about the people that get a container, go into the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and just live off the land.
Yeah.
Then there's the tiny homes, but then there's these monstrosity of
There's
homes.
people that need to work.
Hit it to me, guys. What do you guys think? Give me the levels. Talk about each category.
I don't know, like living off the grid. I think it's cool. Like we're farmers, like 3-generation farmers. Like I understand about not that I've done it physically myself, but I understand the.
Should we try for a weekend?
We should try, yeah. Oh, I would love it. I can see the attraction clearly, right? Because if you're tired of paying debt, you're tired of living in the hustle bustle, you just want to live a high quality of life, and you're not mesmerized by all the glitz and glamour of whatever, like living next to a big city, then yeah, why not? You're living up the land. It costs you nothing. You have your own food. You're probably going to have cattle, some source of protein, and away you go, right? I don't know. It's your choice of what you want to do, right? If you're tired, like I said, if you're tired of paying debt and you don't see the huge attraction of having like fancy things, and you're just like want to be one with the land, why wouldn't you move off the grid? As long as you can live in solitude, because clearly it's gonna be lonely, right? And if you have kids, think about the kids now. Like you're gonna have kids outside in this world. I get it. It's really like pure and innocent, this whole thing. But ultimately, there should be some sort of interaction, with other kids their age or schools. Like I get, like
You gotta hunt. You gotta grow food. You gotta, like you said, cut the wood to heat the house. Like I don't know if I can do that.
Get off of Instagram. Now we're getting to the real idea.
No, I can't do it.
No Instagram, no cable TV, no electricity.
I can do
no
all.
water.
I can do everything, all of that, but electricity and power.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Or the same thing.
And
Power
plumbing.
and gas.
I'm okay with my plumbing too. I like my plumbing in my house.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're accustomed to some of the basics of life. So you couldn't do that living off the grid.
No.
I can do whatever you want, brother. I'll make it rain. but
But now we're taking you out of your element and
But
putting
I-
you into something that Mother Nature.
yeah, but I have no reason to. I don't want to be. If I like my version of off the grid is basically not being attached to the grid, having like solar, but having my own land and having a house that's up to today's standards. I don't want to. I don't want to live in a steel container, right?
Now we get onto the mini homes, the little ones that just pop up and you.
Yeah,
can live
they're
there
beautiful. I
for
saw them
$20,000.
at the home show. They're more than 20 grand. They're like a 120.
No. they're
Yeah.
a lot cheaper than that. Elon Musk is saying up to 20 to 30,000 at most. Now I could be wrong. So let's just say. 100,000.
U.S. dollars too. So
So let's just say 100,000. Could you guys live in something like that?
Does it have plumbing and electric?
yeah, that one
Yeah.
has it.
Just extremely small.
It's at the
Yeah.
home show. Remember the ones at the home
Yeah,
show?
yeah,
But
yeah.
that one looked like a little
That one was
yacht.
decked out,
Yeah, it
though.
looked like
So what did you think
a
of it?
houseboat.
Yeah, it's
Cute.
fine.
It's cute. But again, those are all choices. So look, this is another thing. If that's a choice, fine. But I don't want that to be like standard living, that you're forced to be in a small home. If it's a choice, you want to live off the grid and build a small home out of a container, good. If you want to live in a small home, because what they're going to do with those is there's going to be it's like these manufactured homes, right? They buy a parcel of land, you land lease a lot, and you have like a manufactured home to just put on that lot, you hook it up to the power.
Like Mattamy does that, don't
No, any shitty little campsite you see around here. Yeah. So you see that. It's like a manufactured house, right? The streets are all in rock. So they're going to put these little units all over the place. So trailer park, exactly. So you're part of a community. But so if that's what you want, it's good. But it shouldn't be like standard of like living. That's what I'm trying to say. So when these guys start bringing all this stuff together, it's like obviously there's a necessity because of affordability in houses. So is that the new standard of living? That's why I think we got to look at that too. Like a lot of people are celebrating and praising it. I get it. It's cute. But I mean, as long as that's a choice and not like the future of like my kids, how they have to live. You understand?
Like if I'm buying a 10,000 square foot house, I'm not cleaning it. I'm probably not cooking. I'm having people deal with the lawn. So no, that's nothing. Nothing's too much. It's you're gonna enjoy it. You're there. You're not gonna be doing any of the maintenance, or it's a different life.
it's all about choice. Like I see this. I'll give you an analogy here. It's a real thing. So in Florida, if you go down the 75, which is our main highway on the Gulf side, you'll see people riding Harley Davidsons, like full out hogs, right? In their 70s with their lady on the back, not even hanging on to him, doing like 70 miles an hour, which is over 100 kilometers an hour in the fast lane with no helmets on. It's a choice. Like I wouldn't do it. Like I'd feel like like I'd like to protect my brain at all costs. But I mean, ultimately, I love that that's a choice that they can make. It's freedom, and that's what I think you need to like. Even with you're talking about housing, like yeah, you can live in a crate as long as it's a choice. If you can live in small housing, as long as it's a choice. If you want to live in a mansion, it's a choice. Like you should be able to make a choice based on whatever you want. I think that's.
I think I used to be more of an outdoors. Right?
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
think
I think
so.
I moved inside.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the idea, but I don't know. I get my hunting license every year for the last 20 years. I've only went once, so it's like someday I'm gonna do it, but I don't know when.
You're hunting.
Yeah, I renew it every year, but I never go.
What about you, Mike?
That's outdoorsy. You do that outdoors, right? You know that, right? Yeah. You don't do that indoors.
Do you like hunting, Mike?
No, I wasn't a hunter, but I used to fish a lot, fish, camping, stuff like that. It's just I guess kids and
And now
life.
you've grown out of the outdoor lifestyle.
Yeah, we used to snowboard and stuff. So when we were doing it, it was fun and entertaining. But now with kids, we haven't really tried it out. So we'll see. But I haven't been doing that stuff for probably about like
So
10 years.
you guys help me go full circle, and now we get to the cottage life. Would you guys say that a cottage for you is more of an investment and something to enjoy a few weeks out of the year, or do you think that is a better way of life, stress-free, your mantra, you're living your best life in that kind of an environment? How would you put a cottage?
I think all of the above, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could do everything with it.
I think if you're buying a cottage, you got to make sure it's a good investment. Number one. Number two, you're buying it for clearly for stress relief to get a different atmosphere from your like regular grind. And then three is like if you can afford it, why not? Like why not? It's like having an investment property, but it's built up as a second property. If you don't like to lease it out, you still have it. It's got appreciation to it. And if at some point you don't use it, you just lease it out or you pass it on to your kids, right? Yeah, I think it's good.
Do you think it's a good investment? Cottage?
I think so.
That's the value that it's going for now.
I think right now is a great time to buy cottages because it's a fire sale. Because people are bought them on this Airbnb, get rich quick scheme, and a lot of people have failed doing it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Say Airbnb get rich quick scheme?
for sure.
You're calling a lot of people out with that, Steve.
Well, it is what it is. Show me the numbers. Show me. Some people make money. A lot of people don't. Trust me.
A lot of people.
Yeah. Show me the books at the end of the year, and whatever. I call a spade a spade. I've looked into them. Like there's some of them do really well, and a lot of them don't. Just remember, there's a saturation of them too, right?
For me, I would look at it like Steve said as an investment. Like I don't have the time to use it full time, so I'd probably want to rent it out part of the time. So then we'd get into location. Where am I going to be able to rent it out and get a return on it? Like Steve said, I was driving around cottage country this summer with clients, and I would say like 70% of the cottages we were looking at were Airbnbs, 100%. Just like the characteristics that they have, that they're Airbnbs. And then when you call the agent to ask them, well, what's the numbers on the rental? Like they give you these astronomical numbers. You go look it up on Airbnb, and it's available still for all summer because they haven't rented it out. So, and that's not to say, like Steve said, everyone's the same. But like for example, we probably got that one. What was it? 80 grand off. We basically purchased a cottage for 80,000 less than what the clients had purchased it for a year before, minus our fees, and it was fully furnished, right? So the guy lost probably like 120, I don't know, 110,000, all because he probably couldn't rent it out.
And location, it was next to Lake Razu in Muskoka, like great
And
spot.
we were talking
on,
like
it's lakefront property.
with a beach and a dock.
Yeah.
100-foot water frontage by 400 feet deep. We got it for 847. I think they bought it for 930 or something.
He's asking
940.
per night. You asking per night?
Oh, sorry, per night. I don't remember now. It's been like 2 months, but I think it's got to be like $4,000, 3,500, $4,000 that night. Or sorry, for the weekend. I think it was $4,000 for the weekend.
$4,000 for the week.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's what they're asking. Yeah, I know it's ridiculous money. It was on the water too, but
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's one of those deals, right? Everyone kind of went off on this. Again, it was a get quick rich scheme. If you see a lot of people even bought in Florida and stuff like that, same idea. And then, some of them, it's like, okay, he's making money. Is he not? Is he like, what's happening? And then you look at the fill-up days, and they're quite empty. So yeah,
So you think there's a whole lot of fluff to make it look like it's going great, but the numbers don't say that.
no, I think people like to be involved in things like buying Bitcoins. Like I bought a Bitcoin, and it's like it's the best investment ever. Then it's not. Then it's the it was at EFT. What was those things? NFTs. Same idea. Like NFTs, and I'm like, what is this craziness? You're buying a digital picture, but it's like encrypted, and like I don't understand it, so I'm not gonna buy it. But that was another thing, right? And then like during COVID, clearly, like there was no traveling abroad. Like look how many people went to Europe this year.
Yeah.
Everybody under the
Crazy.
sun. So those people would have normally have gone to some sort of Airbnb in like say Florida or
Muskoka,
Muskoka,
yeah,
stuff like
locally.
that. That's why when I sell properties in Florida, always hedge on the long-term rent. If the long-term rent can cover and give you money, that's what you're looking at. The other stuff's a bonus. Like even my property there, I have it seasonally, like we're going for the seasonal now. If I don't see that thing working the way I want it to work, it's going to go long term. I already know I'll make $800-900 positive income per month, and that's it. Set and forget it and bury it. But
Versus here, they were buying the properties on the Airbnb numbers. Every property worked at $4,000 for the weekend.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they didn't have that backup plan that he's talking about.
That's why I don't sound sexy. Like if you listen to me, it's like it's almost like when you talk to your kids. I talked to them today, and they get it like 6 months or 12 months later, but it doesn't feel good. But it's the right decision, and it's and that's why these blown up Airbnb numbers anywhere, and it doesn't matter just in Florida. It could be anywhere in the world. And then it's like, yeah, but give me the data at the end of the year. I want to see what your accountant put together for you.
So
Show me those numbers.
on our first episode or our second episode, you said sometimes it's good to be a nerd.
Always a
Do you
nerd.
agree still? It's
Always
good
to be a nerd. Yeah, you gotta be a nerd. Gotta be a nerd.
And the best investment possible is where can they find us now?
Find us on YouTube.
Mike knows.
Where can they find us?
Mike's got it.
They can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. You can find me directly at Mike Gaddy Realtor. And Steve?
Yeah, I mean, you know where to find us. It's all good.
See ya.
Yeah.